You only need to get rich once. We spend 99% of our lives worried about one thing: money. We're told, go to school, get good grades, find a good job, and you'll be set. But that's a lie. It's just the beginning of another kind of struggle. Because even if you have a good job, you're still just surviving. You're still trading your time for money. And you're forced to think about, how do I make more money? Until you retire. And maybe even after that. For most people, even a lifetime of effort is just enough to stay afloat, hovering around the line of just enough. Go ask anyone on the street what their biggest stress is. 99% of the answers will be about money. We're all running on the same hamster wheel. The sad truth is, very few people ever truly own money. For most, money is just a visitor. It comes into one pocket and goes right out the other. And in exchange, our youth is gone. Our irreversible time is gone. And we have nothing to show for it. Our society gets more advanced. We have high-tech conveniences and entertainment, but the fundamental game hasn't changed. And only a few lucky people ever figure it out. Some people say, I know all this. I see the system. But they just sigh and say, but what can I do? This isn't real understanding. This is just intellectualizing. Because people who truly internalize this truth don't sigh. They act. They're desperate to get out of this pointless game. The goal of your life should not be to become a cog in someone else's machine. It should not be to be a pawn on someone else's chessboard. The goal is to own your life and your time. You must build your own system, a channel that generates money for you over and over. You need to build your OWN cash-flowing assets, so you're no longer staring at the ceiling, waiting for that next small paycheck. Only then can you be free. Only then can you free your children from the same struggle. If the money you earn is just enough to cover your bills, you're guaranteed to have a hard life. Earning money for a lifetime means selling your body and your time until you are too old to work. That is the default path. The other path? Earning a lifetime's worth of money in a few years, or maybe even in a single moment. Does that sound hard? Good. Hard is the barrier to entry. The fact that it's difficult is what keeps it from being crowded. The people who have done this understand a secret. You only need to get rich once. Why? Because the rich don't get rich by saving $300 a month from their paycheck. They get rich suddenly. Now, that sudden moment is always preceded by a hidden period of preparation. But the event itself is fast. Stop telling your kids that hard work is the only key. You can work 24 hours a day, without sleep, without food. Your income still has a hard ceiling. And who can work 24 hours a day? We're all told hard work pays off. But the hard work the CEO is doing in his office is not the same hard work the employee is doing on the factory floor. They are not the same thing. Wealth comes from seeing a pattern, from understanding human nature, from one perfectly timed investment, from one brilliant insight that you turn into a business, from one high-stakes bet on yourself. Once you make that leap, you're done. You've won the game. You only need to catch that one wave. And from that moment on, your entire job changes. You must shift from offense to defense, because many people who win end up losing it all, and they end up far worse than when they started.